let us continue playing Darkest Dungeon, where we only have one boss currently showing on the map, and that's the one we're going to try and deal with this time. We're going to go and deal with the Swine Prince. Our current party I've picked out are pretty much the remaining level 2s, plus Holland, who is a good little damage dealer, if only has a few issues here. Obsessed with killing? Well, we're going to do that. I've upgraded quite a lot of skills, not all though. I figured that was probably a little more relevant than that, although actually against the stun, I'm probably going to do more damage, aren't I? Well, it doesn't matter, I don't have a lot of other things that do stun damage here. What we do hope is that the Swine Prince is somehow quite heavily immune, not immune, susceptible to Blight. Because, dear God, do we have both Poison Darts, which obviously lowers Blight resistance. We have Disaster Dylan, who's now doing 5 points of time for 3 rounds. We could just blight the guy to death, while hopefully these two just hold out. But we'll see how this goes. So, let's provision up. We have a little more cash than we normally do for this, and we have 1 antivenom, 1 medicinal herb, and we'll take an extra shovel. 2 keys, 2 of those, 2 of those. Big stack of torches. As it turns out, we didn't even need to camp last time, which I probably should have sold on, but I think we're okay here. So we've got most of the items we would want. We have a few items we probably won't need. Let us embark.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master. Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality. The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly.
Speaking from experience, are you?
A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
This, by the way, is a horrible map, in all honesty. This is a horrible map. We do have increased scout chance because of the Seer Stone on you. Equipment-wise, you've got the Bounty Hunter's Helmet and Stress Relief. You've got the additional Blight skill chance, so yeah, even more Blight going on, and also the protection bonus if we have a high Light score. You have the interesting combo of both the head and this to negate most of the Stress Relief, which I think it was an okay little combo to have. Nice bit of synergy. Only a 5% reduction in stress, obviously, but better than nothing. And the dinner cart. Well, let's go and use some medicinal herbs, cure disease, and grab an extra 12 food. Right, we should be good for healing at the very least. What we're not good for are traps, but we managed to dodge that. Torching in.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
Nothing here. We do get a scout report. Okay, so there's treasure this way, so this is the way we want to go. And the open box contains a couple of deeds. Getting there slowly. A few more and we can actually go up to armor values. And we have an encounter. Slight reduction in light, but we'll be okay with that, I think. Picture face at the back, 6. But here comes the stress. Okay. Chop you, because that was a guaranteed kill. I probably could have managed that on you, in fairness, but... Right. Collect a bounty. Boom. Bonus damage versus humans is nice. Plague grenade then. 1 damage, plus 5 stacking, and if we go... If anybody goes first, you should be able to have this. You do. Pick the face for the Bertrador. Portrait. Gems. Stuff. Torch. Okay. They are surprised. So, what do we want to do here? I think what we want to do here is stun the big guy. Didn't get knocked back, and he actually resisted the stun anyway. Poison darts then at the back. Blight and blight drop. Plague grenade. 9 points of plague going on at the back there. And you might as well just start chopping, because this guy will fall in a couple of rounds. So very, very dead. 1 damage. One downside with this party, and it's occurring to me now, it really should have occurred to me a little earlier, we don't really have a lot of healing. It's quite good that we got a lot of food. So we're going to be doing a lot of healing out of that position, I think. Right, those sort of swaps, that shouldn't make a massive difference to those two.
As the fiend falls,
Alright, you're dead from Blight.
blossoms.
Lunge! Crit! Death. Oh, did that sting? Finish him.
Continue the onslaught.
Hold your bluff, friend.
Them all.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is eat up a lot of our food. One, two, three. And since we can't use that anymore on anybody, I don't think, we'll just toss away one food. And we'll grab the crests, I think. And while I imagine we will be able to stack the gold better, I'm going to try that out for the moment. Right. Let's open up a chest. Hidden compartment. And that stacked up to a full set of crests, and we got some portraits out of it. And we get a scout report. Another treasure. And a curiosity. So we've got a few encounters coming up over this way. Which is fine by me. I came from nothing, but I won't end with nothing. I also need to put the party back into right position, don't I? Doesn't matter, though. Loot. Torch and gold. What would I chuck away at this point? I'll close that off for food. Put you back in position. Put you back in position. We move on. Who has a trap? 60%, which is 100 total in disarm. Okay, so Birchadors are best at dealing with traps, which is fine. Hunger strikes. Oh, we don't want to lose any stress here if we can avoid it. And what was here? I'm trying to remember. Not a lot. Right. More treasure. And they are surprised. Okay. Birchador then, poison darts at the drummer. Crit 1 blight. You've bled on my best coat, darn it. Drag. Plea grenade. And shot for death. So you are dead next round, but we are still going to have a set of drums coming in. Measure to resist is marked. Look where it hurts does... Ooh. I'm fairly certain that did do a lot of extra damage to marked targets, but for the moment, butcher cut. And bleed. We're going to remember we have the bleed resistance now. We're going to remember it. You may not believe me, but I'm going to remember it. Look where it hurts.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Okay. Another butcher cut, which we dodge, thankfully, because you were getting a bit battered at the back there. Meanwhile, shop. Miss. You are dead, actually, so I can probably afford to just go Noxious Blast and try and start grinding some damage out on you, but you got a high blight resist. Uppercut it is. Resisted it, but did get stunned. Yeah, just checking you are dead. Picture face. Another Noxious Blast. I've got to remember I do have the Vapors, which will, of course, be relevant for doing extra damage from people. Also, this is extra damage to stun targets.
Success. So
Alright, now we got the gold, we'll just grab that.
Really a trick of the light?
Everything's a trick, sir. Everything's a trick. That I think will do. Unlock strongbox. It was trapped, which causes blight. That will fix that. Alright. So pain, but we'll carry on anyway. So new encounter. Torchlight up first. Spiders. Who are surprised. So we get a free round to go and do something. Not really much you can do though, is there? Pixaface back there. Collect the bounty on the spider for there. Heal 2 points. And chop. The most epic encounter of all time has just taken place here. Right. So I'm next to certain that that he's going to be there, and we're going to get some scouting opportunities there to test this. Possibility it was there, but that does seem bad considering the start location. So what I think here is we can afford to grab... We can afford to burn the torch, drop the torches, go for a portrait. We also have a curiosity coming up, which is... Occult scrawlings. Occult, I'm going to purify them. Okay, that did not work. Holy water does not work on those. Good to know, but it did... Okay. So Eldritch Writing's not a good thing there. Also, we're going to get some more food. We've surprised yet more spider things. Pig's face for 6. Might as well go Plague Grenade. I only need to do 1 damage to the front one to kill it. It's unlikely to blight, but it actually did. Collect bounty for a kill, and since there are 2 and there's no corpse drops, we can try a Hew, which they dodge. Okay, bite to the back, resisted. And dodge. Okay, well this has been a non-encounter really then. Pig to face, 17 crit. Whatever small healing we can get away with. And 11 there. 1,000 gold.
This expedition at least promises success.
What do we think we're going to need here? The Holy Water's failed us, but I don't think that's entirely its fault, in fairness. We're going to have to go with that. Meanwhile, let's kill any herbs and disease and things. Grab another bandage and some food. And I think we're probably going to be camping here, actually, unless I want to wait and just make sure of things. Well, either way, we're going to food up here because we just got so much of the done stuff. Right, so you're done, and there. Shame we can't eat during combat, but I suppose it doesn't make sense to just eat there and go, wait, I must finish my meal. It will heal me.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Pile of scrolls. Well-mended map of the road ahead. Okay, so we now know where the boss is, which is kind of where we expected him to be anyway. So we move on. Trap dodged. Another torch.
In radiance, may we find victory.
And in we go. I don't think there's going to be an encounter in here based on what happened. And we get a scout report. And we found another secret. I wonder if there's one in every boss level. That would certainly make some sense. We don't, of course, have to get to this curiosity. We could just go there, head back, and then camp. So I think that's what we might be doing. But first, encounter. And I say poison darts to you. Ren for the old guards. For 3 damage. And bleed effects, unfortunately. Stack more blight damage on you. So you are dead next round. We're going to have one round of this, but it does guarantee things. And you, in fact, miss. Okay, run for the old gods. We do have plenty of bandages, so we should be fine, even if that does cause yet more bleed damage. Right. Collect bounty for 12. Hugh for a chance of killing the back one and doing damage to the front one. Still 11 damage on the with the reduced stuff here. He does a lot. With you already dead, might as well just go for the kill there. All done, and we get some more holy water and yet more crests. I might dump those in a little bit, actually. In the meantime, though, we must find something. Let's go on, take your stuff. It contains loot. More food, if it... Bizarre though it might be. Yeah, more food. I'm willing to trade that for that. We've got 24 crests coming in. This isn't actually a crest specific area, which is bizarre. We mostly get portraits from this one. 24 is fine. We have plenty of those in any case. What we're interested in though is what is there. And there is a locked compartment on the side. We're going to open it. Great treasures. Dismas head. Plus 25% damage, plus 10% max hit points. It's plenty of heads we're picking up from this, I'm noticing. Still, trade that for that. Trade that for that. And we'll trade this for that. So I've given up a lot of gold for a lot of gold. I suppose I could trade the anti-venom, but if I get blighted later, I'm going to regret that. And if we get a gold stack more than 500, it's probably worth going that way anyway. Right. So with that done, back we go. It does seem as if there's one on every one of the boss levels, which is nice. Just means I'm going to have to keep that scouting amulet around. Anyway, let's make camp. We do want to get rid of our stress at this stage, and it's not as if we don't have the food anyway.
Rats in a maze.
So now, we don't really need the scouting anymore because we've actually seen, we know where everything is. So scouting's not really worthwhile here. We don't have any diseases going on right now. But a 20% disease resist wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. And this is how we do it. Accuracy and crit chance. So that's fine. I'll take that. The bosses are likely to be bigger than normal, so that is potentially a thing. Lots of debuff resistance for combats here. We've still got 8 points here, so... So we'll take the plan takedown. The bigger they are, the harder they will fall. So increase damage and accuracy versus size 2. Your stress is at 32. Everybody else is kind of at 0. So we will let the mask down. And then we still have 2 points left, so I can cure the stress on one person. And since you're at the highest, it shall be you. Survival is a state of mind. We shall rest. Feel my heart, it pumps strong. This place is horrific. Even so am I. So I am at ease. Going for it. Rations will carry us. Definitely the rations will carry us. We still have loads of food left. Right. Meanwhile, we go this way. Why not? Read the books. Yep. That was not worth it. Still, here we go with a shovel. One down.
Even the earliest settlers.
Torch up, in we go. And more encounters. We don't have a key for this one though. But in begins the drums of doom. Alright, things to the bag. 4 points of blight damage, which he immediately takes. Downside is it's the quick draw, it's the slow draw effect of our plague doctors preventing him from going first and, you know, killing things. Let's uppercut you because you haven't had a turn yet. Shift you to the back. Which I may not have wanted actually, but I've got an odd feeling you should be able to deal with that. Plague grenade. Which means you are dead. You unfortunately resisted it, but it doesn't matter. Chop, 15 out.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I could go for another plague grenade, I suppose. Yeah, they got 100% resistance. It was unlikely. Still could have worked though. Come hither. Lunge to the back. Lunge for 2, cause blight, but that's... Oh, darn it, we got rid of the blight curing things. Only reason I'm letting this go on another turn is because I know we can use Dylan to heal that. Okay. Cure you of the blight. Munch, more blight. Nope, we dodged that. Good. And chop. Which you miss. Round 4 then. Picture face. And plenty of stuff. Right.
Push on to the tasks.
Let's go and just put everybody back to where they should be. Because I think we moved everybody from their proper positions at this stage. It was trapped. Which caused you blight. You have so much blight resistance and you still take that. So that's an extra 6 damage coming on to you then. Okay, scout report shows nothing. Right. Let us prepare then. We do of course want to keep the protection things going, so we want to put the light up once we get there. My skin burns! Empty crate. Okay. So let's munch up here. So you're now on 26. Metro needs a couple of those. You need 1. Okay, so we're fully healed. Charge light is at max. Let's actually, before we do too much else, have a little consideration. We don't need the Seer Stone anymore. We take additional stress damage, but that is a lot of extra damage now coming in. Plus 40%. We have Birchador who can stack even more onto that. Damage now 13 to 26 standard. And just because, we're going to throw the Holy Water on you as well, just to give you all the debuff resists and whatever. We have a plan. Let's see how well it works. Okay, he's big. And this one! Okay, so the guy at the back is probably just going to mark us up here. You have 0 blight resistance. Okay, the plan continues. How's your stun resist? 100% stun resist, so there's probably not much point in going on with this. Still. The knockback could be useful. Well, let's do some damage. 17 damage is a lot to be doing. 24 damage on a standard attack is also a lot to be doing. Plague Grenade. He only has 1 attack around as well, which is nice. Enraged Destruction! Dodged. And that's a lot of stun. Wounding the small one has infuriated the giant. Okay, so we don't want to kill the small one, I think is what we've just been told there. How long do these marks last? 3 rounds. Oh, actually, they've already gone. Right, more poison darts then. Stun resist, stun resist, stun resist. Wild flailing. 8. Okay, you're in trouble. End this one! Yes, he is almost dead, though. That is actually now slightly worrying. Right. I can't do any cures that would be worth doing, so... Noxious Blast on the front. 18 damage currently stacking there. Lunge for 16. I shouldn't really have done that because that's moved you slightly out of position, but still. Chop for 22. If you can do 8 damage, you kill him. 18. This has been ridiculous.
How many rats will it take to gnaw through a ton of putrid flesh?
Squeal. Ah! This is the stun, thankfully, but Wilbur? You are finished. That was actually slightly worrying.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Let us return to the hamlet in glory. With a fair amount of gold. We didn't spend... Well, actually, we more or less spent all the money we had beforehand, but... Oh well. Plenty of crests, some portraits, some deeds. And yet another boss dealt with. Another few set of level 3s available. Well, we finished the boss rush.
Not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
What's that mean? What is Zelios up to? Why have we got a question mark on Zelios? Where was that report? Has left in search of a holy vision. Well, the good news is, if you look at the quest goals, we've managed to make our way slowly down. Obviously, we've still got some things to deal with, and we, of course, have a party of third-level adventurers we need to really worry about. But guild-wise now, we're 4 away from being able to go for level 4 rank skills, which would cost us a lot of money. We have some low-level adventures available, just to try and grab some extra points with some people. Possibly even train a few of them just to gain some more money. Which I feel is probably worth considering at this stage. Dark's Dungeon seems locked for the... Oh, actually, it's locked anyway. They, of course, won't do that until they're level 6 because, you know, they're cowards like that. We can decrease the costs here, which would be fine. Can't see much better use of that, really. Obviously, an extra patient cell might be helpful, but reduced cost all around is always going to be beneficial. Can also reduce the costs of these as well, but I think we'll hold off for the moment. Really, the priority for me at this stage is definitely the blacksmith. But, blacksmith and guild, just to try and give us a little bit more of an edge before we try on the level 3 veteran campaigns. That being said, though, we have a fair amount of cash going in. And if we have a quick look at what our next 2 adventures are, we have a long mission there. But I haven't done a long mission even on the low-level ones here. I think it's still probably worth just going around and collecting a few bits and pieces. And unlock the next few bosses, actually, because I'm fairly sure we're actually missing... Yeah, we're missing 3 more bosses, I think. Which, given our number of level 1 adventurers, means we're probably going to have to either recruit more people, or at least increase the roster to go and compensate for this, or ignore them. But we shall see. That'll be until next time. So until then.